Hello and welcome to this week's episode of My CP Does Not Define Me, where we focus less on the this and more on the ability of what we can do. Join us each and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, live on the Disability Global Broadcast, Facebook Live, and LetGoRadio.net. Looking forward to seeing you there.
What's up, party people? It's D to the J with the roll away, and it is time for another exciting episode of My CP Does Not Define Me. Yes, it's the Wednesday after Thanksgiving, and hopefully everybody has had enough turkey and ham and stuffing and leftovers and potato salad. I don't want to see another turkey. I don't want to see another ham. If I have another sandwich, I'm probably going to turn into one or the other. So, um, exciting show today. Y'all can see that I've got my sister Shayna with me. She's been on my show multiple times before. Um, right now, she's keeping me calm because I'm about ready to explode. But no, I'm not going to do that. It is what it is. It was what it was, and it will be what it will be. So I'm going to go ahead and make a quick announcement. Go ahead and get this out of the way now, just so everybody knows. This is the last episode of My CP Does Not Define Me that I'm going to do for a while. I don't know when the next episode will be. I don't know when I'm going to come back. I know right now I'm burned out. I know I'm tired. I know I have to get ready for the Christmas season. I got to decorate. I got to move stuff around. I got housing projects that I want to do. I got YouTube projects that I want to do. So for a little bit, hi sweetheart, I love you too. For a little bit, I will be taking a somewhat of a hiatus from My CP Does Not Define Me. I don't know how long it's going to be. To the guests I haven't gotten to yet that are supposed to be on, I apologize. I haven't forgotten about you, but I have people lined up hitting me up trying to be on the show. So I'm trying really hard to get all those in, but I don't know when that's going to be. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. Now, I loved Shayna doing Shayna's show so much.
Go ahead and breathe. Let them know what you're going to do, or you want me to share with them what we're going to be doing.
No, I loved your question show so much.
Mhm. Mhm.
That you just fired them out, and we did a really good show together. And sorry, I just I think that's a good idea. Um, so questions from the audience, if you have some that you want to know, um, or a question that's on your mind, let me know it. I'll do my best to answer it. Um, do what I can. So I was gonna do an episode on fear, but I really don't think today's the day to do that episode because I'm not fearing anything right now. I'm actually
Absolutely.
looking Satan in the face and ready to kick him in the nuts. That's
Mhm.
the kind of boldness I'm feeling right about now, to be honest. So,
Well, I got a question for you, DJ.
mm-hmm.
Where you say we're not going to do fair because you looking fair straight in the eye. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, but first, before I ask my question, if you all are wondering why is there a pillow behind me, it's because my wheelchair is broke and I am in the bed right now because of my wheelchair being broke and my manual is in my son's truck. So right now I have to do the show from the bed, but we're gonna keep it
And
real.
still looking pretty, still looking good.
I
See,
can wink the eye at you. Hey, I can wink the eye at you. Hey, I got some shoulder action with it. Hey, okay. All right. So, bro, I got something to ask you. When you say you look fear straight in the eye, you know what I'm saying? And you can take it head on, toe to toe, blow to blow. Yeah, I mean, how do you think a person can get to that point? with fear, because I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I have a huge fear of falling, and because of prior to being in my wheelchair, I would fall, and it would be hard for me to get back up, or I would hurt myself while falling. So though that's one of my biggest fear is falling.
So to answer this question, we're gonna back up a little
Uh-huh.
bit. Fear can do two things.
Hit
Fear
me
can,
with it.
fear can motivate you to do something
Mm-hmm.
because it can keep you on your toes to the point where you're like, I've got to do this or I'm going to fear this my whole life.
Right,
If
right.
I don't do this now, if I don't deal with this right now,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to deal with this my whole life.
Well,
Because
you didn't open up mine.
that's what happens. See, fear starts out small, but when
Mhm.
fear gets a foothold, fear takes a mile.
Mm.
Now, the other thing fear can do is control you if you let
Absolutely.
it. And you have to look at a fall, driving, moving out on your own for the first time, getting a new job for the first time,
Mm-hmm.
confronting your parents on a situation that you're getting ready to leave for the first
Mm-hmm.
time, going into the military. They don't want you to leave, moving to a new state, whatever it is. If fear controls you to the point where not that you can't confront it, but you're afraid to confront it because of what may happen, as long as you have people in your life to support you and that are there for you and that have you, you really have nothing to fear because they're going to help you out. Now, for falling, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And the only way I can explain this one is the only way you can get back up is to fall.
Yeah, well, in my case, if I fall, I'm getting back up with help from others, but also that I don't want to fall and do some, bumping and bruising, something that's going to make me have to.
And the problem with that is there's something in martial arts called a break fall, which teaches you how to fall so that you don't hurt yourself more fully. But going back to that, if you fall and you've got to call 911 to get you back up, that's the way you got to get back up. That's the way I have to do it. If I fall, I'm not at a point where I can get up off the floor anymore because my body doesn't bend like that anymore. I've had some procedures done and I've let myself get tight, all that. That's some part of that is me. And again, that's admitting what I have and what I work with. I am what I am, and that's just what it is. It's handling the situation. It's all in when you fall, you don't panic. Okay. You hit the floor and you realize, all right, do I have my cell phone? Carry your cell phone with me. Carry a cell phone with me. If I have my cell phone close, you have Siri, you have Google, you can have them call somebody to come get you. Mm-hmm. Make sure that somebody that that's close to you has a key. Mm-hmm. So they can open your door so the fireman ain't got to kick your door down. Okay. Make sure that they know I fell out of my chair. This happened. And make sure they know how you fell, because it's not, I fell, I was trying to transfer in my chair and I missed. Mm-hmm. Okay. So falling is, you can't let a fear take you over. And a lot of people let a fear take them over and it sticks there. And I'll be honest, I get behind the wheel of the car and it's like, okay, DJ, back up. And I'm like, oh crap, here we go.
Really? So you have the fear of driving.
It's not just the fear of driving. There's a whole nother piece behind that. Mm-hmm. I've shared that story before. I'm not going to go into that again because I'm already on the verge of crying and I'm not going to be. I can't handle that right now. So hey. I gotta step back from that one.
Fine.
But it to not let fear take you over, to not let fear control you, to handle the situation the best way you know how. sometimes that's all you can do. I mean,
Well, you know what, DJ? I can honestly say, well, we may have fear, different fears. If you get what I'm saying, you may have more than one fear. Because I know I had fear of going out using a wheelchair, because a lot of you all know that I was an able bodied person,
mhm.
but it wasn't more of fear, it was more of living in shame. And you all know that story there, but I've overcome that, and baby don't care. I'm out and about in these streets when the chair working.
Well, and you've got to live life, and
Yeah.
that's part of the. Some people stay where they are
Mhm.
because it's comfortable to them, because it's all they know.
Mhm.
They stay in the same house, in the same position, in the same room, in the
Mhm.
same way. I'm glad too, Cindy. Honestly, um,
It's okay. Breathe. Take your time and breathe.
that's
If you don't mind sharing with us, if it's something that you want to, what's on your heart? What's on your heart? I got 30. I had 36 hours in psychology college classes.
I have a fear of being cuddled because is that coddled or cuddled?
I
I have,
think it's cuddled. It's supposed
I
to be
have a fear
cuddled.
of being cuddled because of my life, how it's been. But following is another big fear of mine. I mean, like we said, everybody falls, and you gotta
Yeah.
figure out a way that works for you to get back up. But I mean, there are options out there.
Fall with grace.
You know, I
Yeah.
honestly, I honestly had a bench that was in the tub that um, I pulled out, and the bench
Uh-huh.
would go all the way down to the floor. So I rolled onto the bench, and
Okay.
then lifted myself back up
Oh,
by getting
okay.
on the bath chair and picking myself back up. And the other time, I bent my heels into position and popped my heels
Oh.
to push myself up on the bed, and I made it and passed out, but I made it back up.
Oh.
So yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody has different fears. Some people have a fear of spiders, and I guess the biggest way to one of the biggest ways to handle fear is to conquer it
Yeah.
and
Well,
and confront it.
absolutely. I think I've conquered another fear, DJ. Believe it or not, like back before I started telling my story,
Mhm.
sharing, about my life and my story, I had a huge fear of what others would think, what people would say about me, what would family members say or do, the ones that didn't know my situation, or
Yeah,
what
yeah,
would friends say or do because they don't know my situation. I had that fear for a total of, I want to say, 10 years, from the time that I started having my disability up until, yep, that 10th year. I had that fear of all that. Of, I don't want to share, I want to keep it to myself. I don't want anyone to know my situation and
yeah.
things like that.
Because nobody's going to care anyway. Nobody's going
Mhm,
to.
mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
that's
Or people may think, oh, she's doing it to for
yeah.
someone to feel sorry for her, or you never know what others are thinking. But I had
But
to
see,
learn to get over that fear of
that
worrying about what others think, say, or do. Because let
that's
me tell you
exactly right.
something:
That's
people
exactly
will talk, people will think, people will say whatever they want to say, regardless whether you happy, sad, mad, crying. It doesn't matter. They will always have something to say, always have something to judge you on, because one, they may not be happy with themselves, so they're going to pick at you. And two, they just hate us. So I've learned to get over that and don't pay attention to what people say, and learn to share my story, because I now have that mindset that you never know what someone else is going through. So it's nice for someone to share, to, because you never know what that next person is going through. So I've learned to no longer live in fear and share my story with anyone who's willing to listen. You ain't even gotta listen, I'm still gonna share.
yeah. And you sometimes you have to do it anyway. You have to do it in fear. You know, you have to do things in fear anyway because you still accomplish it. You can be scared and still do something. You can
Mm-hmm.
be scared and still accomplish something. You know, if your fear is flying on an airplane, and every time you come up to an airplane you stop at the steps, you're never going to conquer your fear.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I had
Okay.
When I was little, I had a fear of the dark.
Hmm.
I had a fear of the dark. I couldn't stand it.
Mm-hmm.
So how I broke is I blindfolded myself during the day. And then I turned all the lights off and I sat in my room.
Oh,
And I went into a panic attack.
I was gonna say, did
And
you?
as I went into that panic attack, I lifted the blindfold and I couldn't see anything because it was dark.
Mm-hmm.
So I started asking myself, what am I afraid of?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not the dark that plays tricks on you.
It's your mind. It's your mind.
It's your
You
mind.
know what? I'm glad you did that because, all right, don't laugh at me. I had a fear of dead people. You know, going to the funeral, seeing them in the casket. I was curious to look at their bodies in the casket, but when I would go home, that's all I would see. And my grandmother, God rest her soul, she would always say, "It's not the dead you need to be afraid of; it's the ones that's living, walking around you. That's what you need to fear."
That's the truth. But you can say don't fear them damn people in the coffins all you want
Uh-huh,
to.
uh-huh,
All I'm gonna say is you
uh-huh.
open the coffin. If I don't know who it is, peace out. Love
Well,
you.
people always say that it's not the ones that's in the coffin you need to be fearing. You need to be fearing those, not fearing, but you need to be watching your surroundings with the ones that's here on earth
You
coming
say that
across your path. That's
you
what you
say
need
that
to watch out for.
you say that now, but one of them some sit up in that coffin. They
Ah,
gonna be they gonna be dead by the time I'm finished swinging because
I don't know. I might be laying beside them if they come out the coffin now. Hold on there. I might pass out.
look, you can't have two of them in it. Look, I also have a fear of letting others help me. I want to be independent, but letting certain people help me is really not so bad.
You know what? Can I please say this? I can relate with Kimberly. And the reason why I can relate with Kimberly so much is because I I, I was a once again an able-bodied person. I was independent single mom. I was working. I was doing everything that I wanted to do and didn't have to ask anybody for any help doing it. You know what I'm saying? And it was a saying my grandmom used to say about, your children. She'll tell me in a second, those are your two little red wagons. Either you're gonna pull, push, or kick, but you gotta, drag them along with you, and you can do it. And don't worry about who's not going to be there to help you. Long as you have God and know that you'll be able to make it, you got this. You got this. Don't worry about the Father not being there. Who cares? You do your part and let God handle the rest. So, Kim, I can agree with you 100% because still to this day, I have a problem sometimes with people helping me because I'm so used to being independent.
Right.
So it's nothing
Now,
wrong with that. It's
let me
nothing wrong.
let me put the shoe on the other foot though, because I'm not gonna say there's anything wrong with it because Kim's gonna be how she's gonna be. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with being independent. But when you're independent and you're used to doing everything in your life anyway, okay, when somebody comes along that is willing to step up, you can't run from it because when they love you and they care for you and they want to do it, they're not doing it because they have to. They're doing it because they honestly want to, and they don't want to see you suffer.
But
One
what's up?
one one
Go ahead.
one of the things that bothers me the most is to see Kim hurt, or disrespected.
But
Even if
I
I'm,
can understand that.
even
Oh,
even if I'm the one to do it, I never want to hurt her or disrespect her.
listen, I
That's
can understand that. I feel where you coming from, bro. But you got to look at it from our point of view. If you dealing with someone that's very strong minded and independent, sometimes talking from my point of view now, I don't know what Kim's is, but from my point of view, if you have to do it so long and this is all you know, to do, that if somebody's coming along to offer you a helping hand, yeah, that's great. But let me tell you something. I've been there, done that with that helping hand. And guess what? Sometimes they disappear on you. Not saying that you or somebody else coming into my life will do that. But I have to take in that consideration is that I'm not saying that he or she, whoever's in my life, I'm not gay though, but not saying that they going to up and leave me when it gets hard, or they going to up and leave me because I'm complaining, or they're going to up and leave me because I want to do this by myself. Sometimes that's how it is because that's what we've been taught to do. That's what we know how to do is to be independent and do things on our own. I mean, yes, thank you for the helping hand, but sometimes that hand ain't always helpful, or sometimes that hand likes to leave and disappear. So that means I got to be able to still do it by myself. And you can't get mad at that because that's all I know.
It's not that I'm mad at it. It's not that I'm mad at it at all. It's not that I'm upset that it's all you know. But I'm not like a normal guy. And I've said that before. And I'll say that again. When I said I ain't going nowhere, that's what I mean. You can either take that or you can leave that. That's up to you.
Okay, should you be saving that for Kim?
No, I'm just saying. In general, if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. This is not directed at Kim per se, but since she said what she said, that's where I'm coming from. There's nothing I won't do for her, but in the same sense, like if you want to be independent, you want to do it on your own, I'll back off. Fine. I mean, that's it's one of
but
the
my
things.
thing is, don't get mad, don't be upset, don't get offended when she wants to do it on her own because that's all she know. Later on down, give it time. Just give it time. Give it time. Eventually, somebody's going to say yes, thank you for that helping hand.
Again, it's not that I'm upset that she wants to do it on her own. I need you to hear this because I don't think you're hearing where I'm coming from.
You saying that? So what are you upset about then?
Let me. I'm not saying that she can't do it on her own. I'm not saying that I'm not going to help her. I'm not saying that I am going to help her. What I'm saying is I'm there and I'm going to give her the option. Whether she takes the option or not is up to her.
Okay, cool.
Okay? And that I may not do things the right way. Okay. My way may not be the way she wants to go. But when you're in a relationship with two people. And I don't care if you're used to doing everything else on your own. You're not going to do it on your own when you're with me. Because I'm not going to leave you out there stranded to do that. I'm not that type of guy. I don't have that type of heart. And either you'll get used to it or we're going to bump heads till you do. And if we bump heads till you do, we bump heads till you do. I don't care how much time it takes. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, now I can respect that. I understand it. I get where you're coming from. That's all I can say is just take the time. Whenever she's ready for the helping hand, be there. And if she don't want to accept it, it's okay too.
I agree with that to a point, and I don't. And I'm going to say this. When you want to be independent, if you tell me you don't want my help, I'm not going to necessarily walk away, but I'm going to let you be independent. I'll still catch you when you fall. I'll still be there when you hurt, and I'll listen. But when somebody says, what do I do? Or when she says, what do I do now? I say, you can figure it out. You're independent. You can't have somebody try to help you, but then end up doing it your way in the end. Because I have to accept that if she does it her way.
Yeah.
That's on me. I can't change.
And that's on her.
It is, but it affects me because it makes me feel like if I put in the effort to try to help and it is gonna come out to be her way anyway.
But you shouldn't be upset. You shouldn't feel offended. You did your part. You offered.
How? If it comes out to be, listen to what I'm saying. If it comes out to be she handles it the way she wants to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Not talking about Kim per se. But if
anybody. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it comes out to be the way she wants to handle it and she does it her way.
And what it turns out wrong?
Why am I wasting my time trying to help when she's going to do it her way anyway? Or am I wasting my time? Because I don't see where I'm helping anything if I'm I'm not really helping if it's going to be her way anyway.
But I mean, whatever, not saying with her, or if anybody facing that situation in a friendship or a relationship, whatever it may be, family, whatever it may be, my thing is, if I might come to you and say, you know what, bro, what you think I should do about this? Yep, you know what, you're right, but I think I'm gonna do it my way. And then I come back later on down the line, you know what, bro? I thank you for your advice. I had to take a step back. I did it on my own, but I had to tweak it a little bit because I thought about what you said. So I'm going to use that too. But what if she turns around and say that I just want to do it my way? Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for being a listening ear, bro. I needed you and you were there for me, but I got this. But thank you for giving me your point of view.
And I'm going to be honest, that's just something that's hard for me to take because I'm compassionate and I don't want her to fall in the first place. I don't want her to be hurt in the first place. And I know how to stop somebody from hurting her, and I'm going to do the best I can until she tells me not to.
You know how to stop someone from hurting her? What do you mean by that?
I can stop the situation before it gets to a point of being hurt.
How can you do that?
Because I'm good at it. Because I know
I'm trying to figure this out so I can get some training on this. How can you do this? No, run it by me.
Only thing I can say is I'm good at my job.
Oh, but your job can't go on.
I've been a fixer. I've been a fixer my whole life.
Oh, okay.
It's what I know how to do. It's what I'm labeled as. It's what I've been labeled as my whole life. Mm-hmm. I am who I am.
So God forbid. Just throwing this out there.
And probably Kim is the first person that I wanted to lay my whole entire life on the line and die for.
Oh.
I wouldn't do that for anybody else.
Oh, okay.
Well, let me rephrase that. There's very few people I would lay my life on the.
Hey, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Take it from me, all my DJ Carter fans out there. I ain't laying down with my life for anybody. I ain't built like that. Nah, I mean my children, my mom, yeah, but nah, I ain't built like that one. I ain't like that. I ain't like that. But we got some comments over here. You want to read some of these comments?
A couple from Cindy and a couple from JP. Says it's good to be independent as long as you can, but you will get to the point when you are happy to have the help. That's where Shayna was talking about the time. And maybe it's my patience. Maybe that's part of it. It's nice that Kimberly has someone that is there for her. JP. I just noticed when you use the word when something happens as opposed to if something happened. I realize that may be splitting hairs, but it makes a big difference in tone. True. Tone makes a big difference in everything, JP. Kimberly says, oh, thank you, baby. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm in every word of it. Yeah, you got another question for me? We kind of hit the fear question kind of hard, and we kind of said we weren't going to do that, but we ended
up. No, what you want to go into next? What you want to go into next? This your show. I'm here to guess.
I mean, I don't know.
What's next for us?
Well, I'm laughing instead of crying, at least.
Yeah. What's next for us?
I don't know. You ain't got a question. You ain't got a.
I mean, I I'm just stuck on that independent thing, and you're not going to bump heads on that one.
No, I
So
don't.
because I
See, I
can't
don't want to
stand it.
look at it as bumping heads because see, and I
Hold up,
think,
Kimberly
and
is
and,
back.
and I think that's why a lot of couples go da 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 when they're because when I'm trying to help, I want to give everything.
I can respect that and I understand that. But once again, still, although I'm dependent on a lot of people to help me throughout this life now, my life that I have now, but it's coming from it's coming from a girl that did everything by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I know how to change a tire, change brakes, check the oil. I know where to put the oil in the car. So it just bothers. I ain't gonna say it's bothering me. It's just to each its own, and we're gonna leave it right there.
You can know how to do something, but I can hold the filter while you put the filter in.
Yeah, that's true. But
You
it's
can
coming from
know
it.
you can
But
know where to put the oil, Shayna. But
yeah, but it's still coming from a female that had to do a lot of things by herself and going to continue on. Well, not now, but
and
that
see,
was
but now see that's the point right there.
not now. But and it
Now,
bothers me a lot, but not now. But I'm
now,
just saying.
because
I
you
just feel
realize, in time, which is the same thing Kim said to me. It, Lord Jesus, it takes time to get used to a big, burly, sexy man like myself.
hold on, what is going on now? What is going on?
Child,
What the
out.
relationship is going on now? I'm confused. What in the relationship is going on now? Oh my goodness, when the relationship is going on now? I
So,
think you and Kim need to do a show together.
um, that was funny. We discussed that yesterday.
Oh yeah, really? Because I see she got a question here.
Yes, she does.
What's your biggest fear in our relationship? Do we all need to know this?
Ooh, an hour? I only have one fear. In our relationship, I only have one fear.
JP Jackson said, and on that note,
Um, I don't really have a big fear in our relationship. I just don't want you to be put in a situation that you can't get out of. And if I couldn't get there fast enough, if something happened to you and
but you say you can stop anything from happening.
not
So
not no, I mean situational if we're together. Okay, I'm talking about if she got sick.
okay.
I'm talking about if she got sick, if
Mm-hmm.
something happened and she got trapped, or it was in an accident, and I'm here and she's there, and
Well, I got something about I'm in a relationship too. A lot of you all don't know it. I'm in a relationship too. And you want me to tell you all my biggest fear in my relationship? DJ, why are you looking like that?
because I know what's coming.
Why are you looking like that? No, I gotta let y'all know. I'm in a relationship with God.
Right.
You knew it was coming.
Right.
Okay, and you know what? My biggest fear with me being in a relationship with God is that I stop trusting and I stop believing in Him.
But everybody does that from time to time.
Must stop trusting, stop believing in.
Everybody walks away. That's
That's
the
in
great
every relationship.
that's the Kim and I have done it six times. But
That's in every relationship.
the thing about it is God always has his arms open for you to come back to him.
Yeah, but yeah, he's still there.
JP said, ultimately, God has a plan. He is the one in control, regardless of how much we think we may be in control.
Absolutely right, JP.
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%. Go ahead, hit us with it.
No, it's just going back to independent, you take that word and you break it down.
Mm-hmm.
The word in dependent. You're in it. You're in the dependent itself. But everybody needs somebody sometime.
Everybody.
Yeah, you can't be independent all the time. You can try like hell. You can try like hell and convince yourself, I don't need your help. I got this. But you're going to ask yourself this question: what in the world do I do now?
Okay, I'll give you that ding.
That's where I'm going. Yeah, everybody needs somebody sometime.
You know what? I give you that point there. Ding. I give you that point there.
Because I'm gonna tell you why I said that.
But I gotta disagree too. You get a point, and then I disagree.
Before you throw the disagree pancake in there,
I like that.
Let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
And when you or when Kim or when anybody goes, hey, I don't know what to do, I'm gonna go, I do.
And it's up for us to take the advice and use it in our situation.
I know. What's great about Kim is we're two stubborn bulls. We both have our own way of dealing with things, and we both have our own way of doing things, but we love each other so freaking much. That's what makes me crazy about this girl.
I think you need to do a show just on Kim.
Her
name is Kim. Yeah, she's my girl. Yeah, she rocks my world. Yeah, her name is Kim. You say, hey,
oh my God.
Kim is her name, and she is my girl, and we don't play no games. Her name is Kim. Yeah, Kim. Go, Kim.
Are you done?
I got the theme song to the show, the Kim Show. I got it. Jesus. I did that.
Shayna, you done put your hair in your eye. You see that?
I know. Look, there you go.
Okay,
there you go.
You got it.
I just like to took my neck off, but there you go. Like to twisted my neck when I did it, but there you go.
But I mean, that's why I love her so much. It's like, I'm never really mad at her. It's just, it's the frustration of wanting to solve it for her so she doesn't have to.
I respect that 100%.
So because
100%.
I don't want her to have to go through anything. I don't want her to scrape her knee on. Damn it, I wasn't gonna do this.
But what you want to do when you can't be there to catch her if she falling?
I'm always gonna be there to catch her.
Are you sure about that? What if it's one day she calling you and you in the bathroom and you can't get to the phone?
Well, then
what you gonna do then?
Then I'll squeeze my cheeks together and crawl my butt to the phone.
Huh? Hold on, no, because you don't want the stuff to go everywhere on the floor. Hold on now, huh?
When it comes to Kim, there is no nothing.
Oh, okay.
There is no line when it comes to her.
Huh?
There's nothing.
Well, Kim, you got a Superman. Yeah, JP, I'm with you on that one. Are you sure?
Jay, I am sure about that. There's no line when it comes to Kim. None. There's nothing I won't do for her. Nothing. I'll rip my own heart out of my chest and stop breathing just so she can stay alive.
I don't think this is safe. Hold on, huh?
You know what I'm talking about, Shayna. In all seriousness.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a shitty mess. Hold on, what? If he clamped them butt cheeks and climb off that toilet. I don't know how that works because I
got a mop and I got some Mr. Clean Febreze. We're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Polish a turd. Polish a turd is still a turd.
Okay.
I mean, since we're going down this road on the show, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Okay.
Would you be my?
Could you be mine? Mm-hmm. Would you be
my neighbor? Hi, neighbor. Oh, we do not own the rights to that song. Mm-mm. Okay, so what else you want to talk about, DJ?
Well, we done talking about clamp the butt cheeks together. where this is going to. Yeah.
I don't have a clue anymore, Kim.
Well, with Shayna singing the Kim song,
Yeah. I
I'm
write
old.
songs too. I send an invoice in the mail.
Pine Sol can't solve everything. No, but it sure as hell can make it smell good.
Huh? I agree with you there, JP. It sure can. But
No, I said Pine. I do agree that it can't solve or save everything, but it can make it smell pretty good.
Yeah, but after a while, once it wear off and that air hit that SHIT, baby.
Well, if it ain't clean by then, you got to clean it out of.
SHITT Pine Sol.
Well, you got to clean it up before the Pine Sol smell wear off. Where are we at? Can we?
I don't know. That's why I asked you. Where do we go? Frustration. What makes you so? What makes you so frustrated? What gets underneath your skin? What makes your grits boil?
What makes my grits full?
Boil.
Hot water.
Oh God, Jesus! This is not going anywhere. Why is it so easy for people to get so frustrated?
I think frustration is because you don't deal with it when it's a smaller problem. I think the biggest thing will frustrate. Really, my camera gonna go blurry on me? Really? Can you not? Thank you. All right. Can you clear up, please? How you doing?
Oh, I like how we talk to our technology.
There you go.
Okay.
So I think the biggest issue is not dealing with the baby throw up. Really? Okay. We're just gonna leave that one in the crib. All right. I'm sorry, baby, but I ain't touching that one. That's Anyway. I think
I don't know what's going on, you all. I'm just here for the show.
I'm just saying. She works with little kitties. That's where we're.
Oh, that's where we were at with that one.
But I think to answer your question on frustration, I think not dealing with it when it first arrives, not dealing with it when you can deal with it, and when it's something small, and waiting for it to happen over and over and over and over. Okay, all right, I get that. I talked about poop, so I said, okay, all right, I get it.
Hold on, I got a question here. Are we having a show, or are you and Kim having a sideline conversation? Because I don't know what in the world is going on here.
I think it's both. Honestly. But
this has never been done in my.
Hey, I said it's gonna be the last show for a while, so it's a good one.
I mean, you going out with a bang, that's for sure.
Both, yep, both.
You going out with a sure enough bang.
But you ask, what makes me frustrated is just the simple thing is just not dealing when it's right there. You wait. Oh, I don't have to deal with it. It's not a big deal. Saying it's not a big deal when it really is.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. I need you to go to the store and get some milk. Tell me one time. Okay, I'll go to the store and get some milk. Don't ask me 5 minutes later, did you go get the milk? Baby, I said I'll go get the milk. Okay, then I go to get the milk. I'm bringing the milk in the door. And they say, well, did you get the milk? And I'm holding the milk in my hand. Okay. You got to give somebody time to do something. Whether you're delivering milk, whether you're getting a dozen eggs, whether you're mailing Lord Jesus, mailing a letter in the mailbox.
So you saying what frustrates you is people not having patience? Because I'm confused.
No, I'm saying if there's a problem, if you have a problem with something and you let it go and you don't deal with it at the time that it's a problem and you dismiss it because you say, well, I'm used to that. That's the way it's always been. Just because it's the way it's always been, it doesn't make it right. And if it's a problem, and if I'm wondering, and this may be me too. If it affects her, it should affect me. If it affects me, it should affect her. That's my thinking on that. It could be wrong, but when she suffers, I suffer. When I suffer, she suffers. You see what I'm saying? So I think can the three of us do a show together, please? Yeah, maybe. I'll have to work that out. I think the biggest deal with frustration is when you have a problem that's out there, and it really is a problem, but you convince yourself that you're used to it or it's not. It's it really is, and it should be dealt with, because otherwise it's just going to happen again. And the next time it happens, it's going to get worse.
Okay.
Or it could get worse.
Okay.
Bangs is not even the half of it. I'm confused on that one. Okay, but yeah. So that's the and I'm not really frustrated by much unless another person is put down or another person is hurt or made to be feel small by somebody bigger than them or older than them.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand that.
Mm-hmm.
That bothers me to a T. For somebody to intimidate somebody into submission, well, you have to do that. To intimidate somebody into submission. What I mean by that is you live here. You have to do this. I told you to do this. Children are meant to be seen, not heard. That kind of thing. I don't intimidate anybody into doing something. You ask somebody. And if you're over 18, you're an adult. You can actually be, what you want to be. You don't have to let somebody else put you down and treat you like you're 5, because that's not cool.
Well, you want to know what frustrates me? You want to know what cooked my grits?
Sure.
On a Rapid Bull? Let me tell you what it is, y'all. I know we only got a little bit of time, but let me tell you what it is. What cooks my grits, what upsets me the most in the whole wide world, well, one of the things is that why our accessible vehicles got to cost so much money, and they know doggone well Social Security or whatever you're doing, however you collecting your income, it's not giving us enough money to be able to afford those vehicles. And why the mobility transportation service has to suck. Because let me tell you all this, I'm angry about it. I'm going to the president with it one day. I'm going to the president. But what bothers me is that my medical transportation, they are willing to allow me to go to an OBGYN in my area that do not, oh, you yawning on me. What you trying to say?
No, I'm
let me find out you saying I'm boring you.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so anyway, my mobility service take me on my appointments. They will only allow me to go inside of my area. But if I want to go outside of my area where there is a facility that is equipped for my need, they won't allow me to do it because I do not, I don't have, it's not a special doctor, it's not a specialist or anything like that. So that's what bothers me. I'm angry about it. I'm mad and I'm upset, and I'm going to get to the president of the United States, and him and I are going to have a talk because some things got to change around here.
To answer the first question, the reason that handicap accessible vehicles are so expensive, most of the time, they're not made here. Most of the time, they're made overseas. They're produced overseas. The big issue right now is parts, and making them. It should not cost that much. I agree. An average van with a ramp and a lowered floor and automated systems cost anywhere from $40,000 to $80,000.
Hell, I've been looking at one starting off at $70,000.
Yep. And
that's not including all the things that you would need inside of it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It does cost.
I got a problem with that. I understand the parts cost and things like that. But what sense does it make for people to be within this community to try to get something that'll help them become more independent or, no, I didn't say that, or to become don't have to deal on the mobility services that much, because here in Maryland we have people that's using the mobility services and sometimes having to sleep outside or not being picked
Right.
up because of
Because
that.
yeah, because and Kim just touched on that too with Accessoride in New York. You know, the pickup times vary. You
Yeah,
say
if
I
you
need
get picked up.
yeah, I need to be picked up at 6:30, and they don't show up till 7:30, and you're late for your job. It These guys and these ladies are contracted by a company, but you got to remember they are being hit constantly, constantly, constantly with ride, pick up, pick up, pick up, pick up.
Well, I think these companies shouldn't be accepting these appointments, not knowing that
That's
they don't
that's that's
have
part
the
of it. That's part of it
means.
right there. That's part of
Yeah,
it right there.
I'm
They
going to
need
get to the bottom of this show.
they need to branch out to other companies
Contractors, yeah.
with
Mhm.
Uber, Lyft,
Mhm. Mhm.
with Accessoride, with
Mhm.
TRT, with mobile transportation, with
Mhm.
taxis. They need to branch out to get people from point A to point B without having to try. And the price is great. $2.75 is great. That's a great price for $2.75 for somebody with that uses a service for the disabled. But again, Kim can walk, and she should use the lift really because she's got a bad ankle and she's got bad knees and that kind of thing. But yet she walks and gets up the steps and puts herself in pain, and she really shouldn't. I'm just saying. but
What are we talking about now? I'm
but
confused.
but because you know she does what she needs to do, she still uses the service and uses it properly. It's just that people don't branch out the proper companies that they need for help. And then the drivers get bogged down because they're running 5 and 6 routes at a time and scheduling 5 and 6 people at a time when they can't do it because you've only got one driver and one van.
And you know what else I'm angry about? What and why is it that it's only for medical appointments, or if they take you to the store you're only there for an hour? I understand because of the lack of the drivers and things
Mm-hmm.
like that,
Because
but
we
what
need,
if we want to go outside and party till 3 in the morning? I don't know what we're going to be doing or where we're going to be at, but we might want to stay out till 3 in the
well,
morning,
that's
and,
again
and we can't go nowhere because
in
we ain't going to be able to get picked up at 3 in the morning.
in certain states they run. I think Kim said Accessoride runs from 6 in the morning till midnight. I believe they run.
So
But
midnight, I want to stay out till 5 in the morning. I want to party till 5 in the morning.
but I mean, again, you've got to have the drivers, you've got to have the people, you've got to have the contacts, you've got to have the money. There's there's a lot in that. Couple of comments here.
I'm gonna get to
Um,
the bottom of it. I'm gonna get to the bottom of it, y'all.
a lot of these modifications after are done after manufacturing the vehicle, not manufacturing of the vehicle. This would, in theory, increase the cost greatly.
I get that. I understand that, but
but
we
my
can't afford that.
but my understanding was in a place like New Jersey, you had to schedule those rides a week in advance. And even if I have friends that struggle, to have them show up on time. That's correct. She
I'm
says,
gonna get to the bottom of
I'm a
that.
mighty adorable warrior. Yes, I agree. All right. Yes, Lyft says that they are disabled friendly, but you can not access it on the app, and they don't accept or
Yep.
have any. You don't have any way to call them. That's true.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of it for everybody, Angie.
I'm having those issues too. Services on Sunday for church, and it stops at 7 p.m.
I don't. Well, our mobility service here does not work on Saturday and Sunday. If they work on Saturday, it's because of dialysis patients.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, y'all.
Yep.
Believe you me.
Yep. Well, we got it. Let's see. We have an on-demand. Lord Jesus, TJ. We have an on-demand paratransit program in Kansas City that doesn't even have wheelchairs of cabs available. And I've told that because of COVID, we're in a new era.
Mm-hmm.
with Access-a-Ride, some are 24 hours, but a lot of them are until 12. But with Access-a-Ride, you can take anywhere in the five areas of New York.
All right, Angie, please message me, Angie, because I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
All right, guys. Well, we got about 5 minutes left in the show, Miss Shana. What you want to close it with?
Yes, I know you may be wondering, why is this girl's skin so glossy and shiny and smooth looking? Guess what? It's Spark, your body scrub by Shana. Check me out. Okay, DJ will be coming back on my show because I have more questions that have come in. We'll post the date coming very, very soon when he'll be a guest on Sunshine on Wheels. If you want to reach out, if you want to be a guest on my show, please email me at sunshineonwheels@gmail.com. I enjoyed being on the show today, you all.
All right, so I'll tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to talk to Shana, and I'm going to have Shana set up the show with Kim, myself, and Shana, because Kim wants to be on there, and we'll do it. We'll do it at like 7 after she gets off work, so she can do it. But yeah, we'll set it up. But y'all keep those questions coming in. Let me let me close with this real quick. I want to say 2 things. The only thing fear can control is fear itself. FDR said we have nothing to fear but fear itself. If you let fear control you and you don't control it, you will never live your life to the fullest potential. You can do anything you set your mind to. Don't limit yourself because we are limitless creatures. That's what I got.
And the Holy Bible said God has not given us the spirit of fear, but a love, power, and a sound mind. So you better get it on with the power, whatever you believe in, whoever your higher power is, just talk to them and know that you can do it. And whatever fear that's trying to creep into your mind, tell them you got to stand back, Satan, because I'm on the move.
And that's what Satan drives by, is fear itself.
He lives on it. Angie, please message me. Shana Thomas, please message me because this would be good. Please message me. I'm sorry. Go ahead on.
No, you're fine.
This is DJ Last Show for a while, y'all. We going out with bang. Ping.
Yeah. Oh, that's what she meant by. Okay. Going to bang and even okay, banging. Yeah, I got it now. Going out with a bang. Okay, that's
bang.
What
Bong.
All right, y'all. Well, that's going to do it for me. I'll be back when I get back. I'm not sure where that's going to be, when that's going to be, but y'all bear with me. I'll let y'all know in advance when I'm going to come back. I got to get some stuff together on a lot of different programs, and I'll be on Shana's show a couple times, and y'all hear updates. You can't be good, be bad, be good. If you can't be good, be bad, but be good at it. Steve to the J with a roll away, saying I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
Bye.